This episode is brought to you by Mastermind Models and Miniatures and Liber Demonica. Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down the final episode of Interrogator, named A Corpse Like All the Rest. As always, if you want to see the full episode, go to Warhammer TV, and if you're in a non-service country, use a VPN. Since this is the final episode, I strongly recommend watching all the previous entries because the resolution to all of the twists and turns are finally revealed. The episode begins with, "You have been told the Inquisition are the bright saviors in an eclipse of pure evil. Everything you have been told is a lie," Inquisitor Kessel remarks in the battle for the Emperor's soul. This quote is pertinent because since the beginning of the series, we have seen an esteemed member of the Holy Inquisition engage in horrific behavior. Jurgen, our protagonist, is a drug addict, an alcoholic, and is willing to kill those who challenge him. He sees himself as good, but even acknowledges that while doing so, he ignores the suffering of innocence and could be killing wrongly. Jurgen is revealed to be addicted to drugs, created off the suffering and murder of psychers, a fact he ignored for his own convenience. In his single-minded quest for vengeance, he has killed servants of the imperial aristocracy, ecclesiarchy, and pledged his loyalty to the underworld. He does so pragmatically, and with a clear motivation to avenge the death of his fallen mistress Ballina, but from an exterior view, his actions are nefarious to himself, his peers, and to anyone who would catch him in these acts. This is all justified through the lens of revenge against Heroth, Bellina's murderer, but in his narrow-minded quest, he finds that Ballina was a manufacturer of potent psychic drugs, which he uses to escape capture, accidentally killing his best friend Balder. This has led to this final confrontation with Heroth, with all being revealed.
It was just a job. You should know that. Ballina wasn't what you think. Wasn't who you think.
So people keep telling me. But it doesn't matter.
Loyal to the last. I hope this brings you peace, Jurgen.
Not peace. Answers.
Jurgen! Time to go. Cloris guards will be on us any moment.
It's not done yet.
Jurgen, what are you doing?
Getting answers.
I thought you couldn't read a null.
He's not a null. Just a corpse, like all the rest.
So, breaking this down, Heroth seems exasperated to have been confronted by Jurgen and even seems to admire Jurgen's loyalty. He is shocked by Jurgen's hesitation, which rather than being a moment of mercy, is rather a mental balancing of Jurgen's motivation. At this point, he isn't concerned with revenge of Ballina or Balder. He has committed so much horror in the past few days, all he cares about is getting the truth, which he ingeniously plans through Heroth's corpse. Heroth is a blank. Blanks are anti-psychers, soulless voids who drain the power from those with psychic gifts. By killing Heroth, Jurgen has severed that link and allowed his corpse to be read, just like all those killed in the past few days. Heroth is revealed to be a plant from a rival Interrogator who is monitoring Bellina's radical plans. Heroth executes another spy in Bellina's retinue, someone Ballina already suspected, and as a result gains her trust. Heroth balks at killing another inquisitorial acolyte, but ultimately accepts being the tool for this mission of investigation and assassination. Through gaining Bellina's trust, Heroth is confided in for the final plan.
What if we could change everything?
Everything? There's no turning back the clock, even with all the power invested in that badge. The galaxy is dying, and all we can do now is cling on to the wreckage as it crumbles.
Perhaps. But what if we could? What if we could turn back the clock? Imagine, Heroth, a universe free of the Great Rift. What if there was a way to close it? Seal it shut like a blinded eye.
And the Emperor rises from his golden throne every morning to take breakfast.
Psychers.
Psychers?
The synchronized death cries of 1 billion psychers linked across 100 worlds. A psychic shockwave strong enough to seal the rift forever. To close the eye. To save us all.
How would you... is that even possible?
Let me explain. There is an alignment of planets that sit along a warp nexus. Upon each of those worlds, psychers breed like vermin. These worlds will form the basis of our great amplifier. We destabilize these chosen worlds, eliminating the governors and making way for civil unrest. In the power vacuum that follows, the proletariat will soon collapse into ungovernable violence. The Administratum will abandon these worlds, and the black ships will stop coming. The Psychers will proliferate, growing stronger.
You're talking about planetary engineering. Building a weapon.
From the minds of Psychers. Yes.
And the trigger?
The astropathic choir on Geisthaven stood on a bedrock of blackstone, and fueled by their proximity to the Nexus, they are conduits to the raw power of the warp. I am creating a drug to overload their minds. We shall gift them this Sanctus, unleashing a replicating death wave that will propagate throughout the alignment. A song that will resonate from the minds of every psyker on those scattered worlds. And they shall give their lives for the greatest gift humanity has ever known. Salvation.
What about Jurgen? He's a psyker.
Irrelevant. What is one life in 1 billion? What is 1 billion when compared to the trillions that will be saved? Jurgen will give his voice to the choir like the rest of them.
Why tell me? Why now?
Because you're a now. You're the only one of us who can get close enough to the choir on Geisthaven to deliver the Sanctus. And because I've seen the truth of you, Heroth, I know you for what you are. A man who values the sanctity of his own life.
The Sanctus is almost ready. She means to use it immediately.
Then the time is upon us. The order is given. Execute her, Heroth, in the name of the Emperor, before she kills us all.
And the rest of her team?
Do they know anything?
No. Ballina has kept them in the dark. They have no idea what she's planning.
Then use your discretion.
Bellina reveals her plan to collapse a half-dozen worlds to be psychic breeding grounds. After that, she'll overload the astropathic choir on Geisthaven, the planet that we find ourselves on in the Interrogator series, using Sanctus, the drug that she synthesized, to activate all psychers within 100 worlds into a death screen. This is enabled through a bedrock of blackstone. This is a construction material used by the Necrons to both nullify and amplify warp signals. It is not revealed why Bellina believes this will close the Eye of Terror and blow away the Great Rift, but it is much like trying to shoot a nuclear missile into a volcano to stop an eruption. It will be certain to have a result, good or bad, who knows. This revelation is believed to be madness by the rival Inquisitor, and the order is given to assassinate Bellina. Whether or not to spare her retinue is left to Heroth, who is seen wrestling with this decision. Heroth executes Bellina and catches us back up into the current timeline.
We need to go! We need to go!
I killed the wrong person. Just my fucking luck. All that time chasing a lie. And now Balder. Shit. Another wasted life. Another ghost to haunt my dreams. If it hadn't been for Heroth, I'd be dead too. Me and billions more. And I put a bullet in his skull. Turns out we never know anyone until it's too late. I need a drink.
What now?
That wasn't the question. Not really. Standing here in the ruins in the pissing rain, there was only one question left worth asking. Who am I? Murderer? Addict? Interrogator?
Aight. So, Jurgen obviously hasn't lost his touch for the dramatic, and states that I killed the wrong person chasing a lie. Heroth technically saved billions, and while that doesn't make him a hero, it definitely doesn't make him a villain either. So, what now? Sother asks, and Jurgen dramatically ignores her, instead opting for the question, who am I? Murderer, addict, interrogator. The first time I watched this, I did think that it was a question of him still trying to figure himself out, but upon like second and third viewings, I think that he's making a statement. He's acknowledging that he's a murderer, he's acknowledging that he's an addict, and he's acknowledging that he's an interrogator. If these descriptors are taken as statements rather than questions, this shows an evolution of his character. Throughout the series, Jurgen is shown as full of doubt, unable to pick a direction or a goal besides vengeance. He is constantly traumatized by the violence he helped incur on the planet and those around him, and is barely remaining coherent through his stumbling, blood-soaked quest. The ultimate reveal that Bellina was a villain and Heroth almost a hero brings into focus all of the efforts of the past few days. Before Jurgen are two paths: oblivion and domination. If Jurgen continues to allow himself to be at the whims of this cruel universe, he will continue to be the plaything of more malevolent forces, swapping out Bellina for Ado. If Jurgen seizes the mantles of power of his former office, reconnects with the Inquisition, and attempts to right the wrongs of his late mistress, he can become a powerful Inquisitor in his own right. As an interrogator, he was the understudy of Bellina and not just a bodyguard or an acolyte. Whether he can be forgiven his sins is another matter. They left several hints in the series that the story could continue, and I would like to see some of these storylines resolved. Jurgen's pledges to Ado, his ability to reconnect with the Inquisition, his attempts to fix the world he's destroyed, potentially uncovering new plots of chaos cults, gene stealer cults, or renegade lords, offer plenty of new plot lines to explore, and I do hope that Games Workshop pursues that work. Like, share, and subscribe. Dislike and comment for the comment gods. If you can't think of anything else to type in that phrase. Check out the other content on the channel and join the Discord and the Patreon if so inclined. Check out the channel sponsors, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hey you! Yes you. Are you drowning in plastic crack? Do you keep buying models and never have them painted? Is your pile of shame bigger than the models you actually have done? The team at Mastermind Models and Miniatures can help, or M3 Studios if you prefer. The team at M3 Studios and their Mastermind/Master Painter Clay are just like you, addicted to plastic crack and have channeled their addiction into a passion and a profession. They paint kick-ass models to whatever standard or solution you need. Their motto is professional painting services to bring your imagination to life. Trying to just get on the tabletop? M3 Studios can do that. Trying to shock and awe your local game store? M3 Studios can do that too. Want a piece of art that your descendants will fight over at your funeral? M3 Studios can do that, and it's easy. Click on the link or in the description, and you can talk to M3 Studios directly about your commission. Tell them the Counterpoints channel sent you, and not only are you guaranteed an awesome paint job at a fair price, but you help the Counterpoints channel continue to grow. What is there to lose? Stop buying models you will never paint, and instead let Clay and the M3 Studios team help you dominate your local friendly game store and show off the best painted models this side of the Mississippi. Start your commission today.